And my father is Muslim and my mom is Christian, and I was raised exposed to both religions. And my dad, this is completely true, would come to church with us on Christmas and Easter to be part of the family, and he took communion one time ever. And he comes back, and I look at him, I go, what do you think of communion? He looks at me and goes, it needs more salt.
Hello once again, this is Eric with The Last Laugh, New York Natives comedy series. Oh, today I got some special guests, some great guests. Negin Farsad and Mr. Dean Obeidallah. They're both great stand-up comedians and co-directors of the new movie, The Muslims Are Coming. It is an amazing documentary. We're going to talk about it, and let's do this interview right now. Tell me about the movie you guys are doing. Tell me a little bit about it.
We basically, we rounded up a bunch of Muslim American comedians. And then we took them on the road to places like Alabama and Mississippi and Tennessee and Georgia and Arizona, places where they love Muzzies. And we were doing, and we did stand-up comedy shows in all these cities.
We really did try to counter some of those arguments you hear over and over from the people out there who are demonizing Muslims the way in the old days people demonized Jews. They're just like anti-Semitism. Now there's anti-Muslim rhetoric going on.
We took the bigotry and we submerged it in a bucket of hilarity. That's basically what the movie's trying to do.
I'm standing in the middle of the dance floor and I see this dude checking me out. And so I did what any good Muslim girl would do, and I allowed him to grind up on me right here.
And you said, again, just mention again the celebrities who were in the movie.
Sure, we have the Daily Show's Jon Stewart and Aasif Mandvi, the brown guy from the Daily Show's in it, MSNBC, Rachel Maddow.
Janeane Garofalo, David Cross.
Louis Black, very funny Louis Black.
So how do you compare doing shows down there in that environment to doing shows in a club in New York City?
You're gonna see more multicultural folk in New York than you are in the rest of the country. So I think already that was like weird. So it was sort of like easing them into our identity, making them feel a little bit more comfortable. You know, honestly, like we had some of the most terrific audiences I've ever performed for.
Oh, that's great. Did you meet up with any people who were not that hospitable to what you were doing down there?
We had a few places where people yell literally at us, go back to your country.
Really?
Of course it's Jersey. But they would yell, that were two places, two different states. Mostly, I'm gonna be honest, people are not racist to your face. They love to be racist online and comments, or send you hateful emails and tweets, and I get a ton of them. But to your face, it takes such a confident racist. Most of them don't have the courage to come up to your face and say racist stuff.
Did you like change anybody's mind, maybe?
You know, that's such a hard thing to quantify, frankly. I think, to me, misconceptions about any group, if it's about Muslims, if it's about gays, about blacks or Jews, you chip away at misconceptions little by little. It's not like overnight someone goes, I don't like your people at all. I'm gonna see a comedy show and I'm gonna like you now.
You know, I actually, after shows, a couple of people would come up to me like, you know, I'd never met a Muslim. You guys are funny. And so now that guy is gonna go around thinking that every Muslim he meets is like hilarious, right? Which is like, that's the stereotype I'm going for. Like, that's what I want. That's great.
That guy goes to me, you see these freaking Arabs on TV? Just kind of scary conversation started. I go, yes. He goes, I have an idea. Let's kill them all and let God sort out the good and bad ones. I'm like, sir, that's not nice. I'm Arab. He goes, you don't freaking look it. I'm like, well, that just makes it easier for me to achieve the goals of my mission.